Welcome into the Browns Report, everybody. We just got done watching Browns-Eagles preseason, week 2. It was another electric watch party here on the Browns Report. Make sure you tune in to all our games and watch parties this season because guess what? The Browns are 2-0 in preseason. Sub 4 dubs. Cleveland is cooking right now in the preseason. We got to talk about what we saw from rookie quarterback Dillon Gabriel, our first glimpse of Gabriel in any NFL action. Also, Snoop Huntley came in there to finish out the job, but that's been the story, folks. The Cleveland Browns quarterback battle. We saw Shedeur Sanders last week in week 1. Dominate Carolina, in my opinion. We've got plenty of videos on that. Go ahead and check them out if you haven't, but I was ecstatic afterwards. Dillon Gabriel, I'm not as enthralled. I'm not jumping up and down like I was for Sanders. I'm not jumping out of my chair with what I saw from Gabriel today, Saturday. So we compare the two rookie quarterbacks because that's what this is all about. That's what the Browns are trying to figure out. Who do we have in this QB depth chart room with 6 quarterbacks? And Gabriel did wow me. He did wow me. His stats, we'll get into those. But make sure before we do that you drop a sub on the video. Subscribe today, y'all. Get the best Browns videos on YouTube. Instant reactions like this. Everything you need to know about Cleveland. Where they're in the news. We'll get your takes on it. Mine. Chop it up. Watch football all season long. We're trying to push to 50,000. We're almost there, y'all. Less than 400 subscribers away from the big 50K. We're going to go crazy when we hit that. But let's get into Dillon Gabriel. Number 5. What did he do today on the field? Well, completion percentage, not terrible. 13 of 18. I can live with that. 143 yards. More yards than Shedeur had, barely, in week 1. 0 touchdowns, though, and an interception. This is where the issues come in, right? Not only an interception, it was a pick 6. And it was on a short throw. It was just a miscue by Gabriel. Really no excuse for it. It wasn't like it was batted or anything. Just a poor play by Gabriel on that front. And again, no touchdowns. But he led the Browns on a touchdown drive. So even though there's no passing touchdown there, he gets credit for the first 6 that Cleveland put on the board. Methodical drive. Let's analyze it drive by drive. The first one was methodical. Gabriel moved the ball downfield, picked up third downs when the Browns needed to, with short completions, middle of the field, out wide. Kept hitting the same guys like Thrash over and over and over again in the flat. And it was smart football. He wasn't forcing anything. You could tell that there were some nerves, though. Like his stance and his feet. A little bit shaky, like he didn't know what he wanted to do all the time. But then he would still make the plays that he needed to, right? At first, it seemed like he wasn't forcing anything, and there wasn't an issue. It was good. It was smart. It was game managing. After that drive, the dreaded pick 6 came in. I freaked out. You can see my reaction on Twitter, at Joey070. It was crushing, not promising, a little discouraging to see Gabriel throw that pick 6, right? But then you get out there, you shake it off, you say, okay, that was one drive. Everyone's going to have a bad play. Every great quarterback's probably thrown a pick 6 in their career. And so you could shake that off. Let's see what you got. And then Gabriel got a fumble on a miscue with Pierre Strong Jr. on a handoff. They credited Dillon Gabriel with that fumble. So 2 turnovers for Gabriel. Now I'm a little even more discouraged, right? Now it's kind of concerning. I understand it's one half of preseason football, but what I saw when Shedeur played was pure raw talent. I saw accuracy. I saw pinpoint dimes to the back of the end zone to the same guy, by the way, Davis. For Gabriel, I didn't see that. I wasn't as wowed. I wasn't as impressed. He ended it on a positive note with a field goal drive to end the half, but I wasn't as enthralled. Pierre Strong Jr. led Cleveland in the backfield with 89 yards. Even had a massive run of 54. It was electric here in the watch party. Now, the running back battle for Cleveland is something that is also one to monitor all throughout preseason. We just got the good news for Cleveland that Quinshon Judkins charges were dropped and will likely be able to sign a contract with the Browns. An Ohio State explosive running back, quick first step, touchdown machine. So we know we'll probably get him back. Without Chubb, Jerome Ford is the RB1. And now it's a battle. Who else is going to take a roster spot, right? Dylan Sampson, another great rookie out of Tennessee. I think he deserves an opportunity on the team. Amari Marshall, been balling out in preseason. But Marshall might not be able to make an impact this year if someone like Pierre Strong Jr., who's going to be the RB3, makes his way on the depth chart. And like I said, he cooked in the preseason game today. Marshall also had 25 yards and got the touchdown to open things up. So Marty Marshall was out there for Cleveland's first drive, punched it in on Gabriel's first play. Not too bad. Caden Davis, 44 yards for him. Davis, who had 2 touchdowns in week 1, courtesy of Shedeur Sanders. Beautiful throws. Not too bad from him as well. That wide receiver room is one that's also really crowded in Cleveland right now. Gage Larvidan. Really liked what I saw from him. Browns fans, get excited about the name Gage Larvidan because Luke Floria, who had showed out in camp, had to be waived and then put on the Browns IR. They've reached an undisclosed injury settlement, so perhaps we'll see Floria again at some point. But if not, we have Gage Larvidan to be excited about. Larvidan was out there returning punts, kicks, and he was linking up with a lot of the rookies all throughout training camp. So we're happy about him making juke moves. Jamari Thrash. Thrash is one to really be excited about. 4 receptions for 43 yards. Everyone seemed comfortable throwing to Thrash. On 3rd down, he was the guy. Gabriel was able to find him in a spot where, like I said, he looked a little bit shaky. He was able to have a little bit of security blanket in number 80. So good stuff there from Thrash. A lot of competition in the Browns wide receiver room right now to help out with Judy, help out Tillman, who are the bona fide 1 and 2, in my opinion. But with the news that Cleveland is likely going to get Isaiah Bond's deal signed, probably by tomorrow. Currently, it is Saturday, and we have reports that Bond is flying to Cleveland this evening to get a deal done by Sunday. And Bond, with his super speed, has a great case to be the wide receiver 3. At the moment, as you see, Thrash is third on the depth chart. But then you also have guys like David Bell, Deontay Johnson, Gage Larvidan, who's been great. Like, there's a lot of receivers in this room, y'all, and not all of them can make the 53-man. So what I saw from Thrash and Larvidan today was great. It was promising. It'd be tough to make the roster on this team, but Larvidan being versatile and returning punts is going to help his case. If you love the Browns as much as I do, go ahead and like the video. We love to see everybody showing out in the chat for the watch party of Browns Eagles today. Y'all were phenomenal. Go ahead, drop a like on the video right now for me. Let's try to get 1,000 again. We've done it before. Let's do it again. We also got to talk about Cleveland's defense, okay? It was promising. It was something to be excited about, Browns fans. We didn't get to see Graham or Schlesinger, but plays were made. KJ Henry, a pick 6 against guess who, Browns fans? Can you guess who? Dorian Thompson-Robinson tried to take the field for the Eagles, and we picked him off and brought it to the house for 6. Man, that felt good. I freaked out live on the stream. It was amazing. Look at the DTR stats. 17 total yards. That was his number in Cleveland. No touchdowns, a pick 6. KJ Henry, promising stuff. We also saw Isaiah McGuire make a lot of plays, get to the quarterback, apply pressure. So defensively, it was a good showing for Cleveland. And I know they didn't play Philly's ones, but if you saw my last video, Cleveland dominated Philly in joint practice, both defensively and offensively. But a lot of guys made plays. Philly couldn't get their run game going. Montrell Johnson Jr. only 20 yards on the ground. His longest was 6. So Clamp City. A lot of good plays made in the secondary as well for Cleveland. We saw many different Browns get action. And like I said, the thing that got me most fired up was KJ Henry's pick 6 against the former Brown. So a lot of good defending out there. Sticky coverage. We saw a lot of passes broken up in the secondary for Cleveland. A lot of good tackles as well. So something to be excited about there as Cleveland tries to fill out their defensive depth chart more. We know who we have. We know who we have in our good players. We know we have Miles. Thank God he re-signed for $40 million a year. And we know Mason Graham's going to get action. We know Carson Schlesinger, who is a very promising young linebacker out of UCLA. The kid who we didn't see today led Cleveland in tackles last week, barely playing any snaps. Schlesinger is going to be an absolute stud. He's a good kid. He's all over the place on the field. So we know the guys that we like. Denzel Ward, one of the best corners in the league. But we're still trying to figure out who else is going to fill out the Browns defense, right? I think Isaiah McGuire is going to get a lot of time. You saw some good plays made from him today. JOK out for the season. So that linebacker spot needs help. KJ Henry coming up with the pick 6 was huge. Promising signs defensively for Cleveland. Some promising stuff offensively, but like I said, the turnovers, just way too careless with the football. I want to know what you guys think about Cleveland's performance today. Give me a grade in the comments. An A, B, C, D, or F. You know the grading scale. What do we think? How did the Browns do against Philly today? Personally, they got the win, 22-13, but I can't give it an A. A win is a win, which I love. But I'm going to have to say B-. Good victory, great things defensively, like I said. But again, the turnovers, you just can't do that. You can't lose the turnover battle in a football game and expect to win every time. So if that picks up, then I'll be happy. But other than that, decent showing all around for Cleveland, and it's exciting that we're 2-0 in the preseason, baby. Thank you all for tuning in, watching this episode of the Browns Report. We love you, we appreciate you, and we'll be here every day with daily content and every game to watch the Cleveland Browns football. Peace out.